Welcome back, friends. Welcome to this week's tactics video. Today we've got 23 different Blood Angels lists to look at. They're from the WTC, the World Team Championship that is starting. So we're going to look at every single list. We're going to tier list them. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get into the video. Greetings, friends. Okay, thanks for being here. We're jumping into the WTC, the World Team Championship 2024 team lists. We're going to look at every Blood Angels list on this, and we're going to rank them in a tier list from S to D, where S is obviously really strong and D is dumpster. And we're going to put each country based on my opinion, and bear in mind my opinion means very little because I'm not at this event. I'm probably not even close to getting to this event. But let's have a look at every list and see if we can throw them into a bracket. Let's start with Team Belgium. We'll be working in the order of the flags, hopefully, if I've done this right. We have a captain, we've got Judas Art, we've got a Sanguinary Priest ×2. Battle line, we've got double Assault Intercessors. We got double Impulsor. So straight away, we're going to have captain, Assault Intercessors, Impulsor ×2. Not entirely sure if there's anyone with a second squad. We got double assault jump pack units. We've got that double Battle Predator. We've got double Death Company Marines. We've got 2 squads of scouts. Lists that have double usually do quite well. We've got double 10-man Vanguard veterans, and we've got the Calidus Assassin. Interesting. So we have no chaplain for the Death Companies. We do have a Sanguinary Priest for both units of Vanguard veterans. So it'll be 20 Vanguard veterans, 10 Death Company Marines, 20 Jump Assault Intercessors, the 2 Impulsors, the 2 Assault Intercessor squads, the 2 Battle Predators, and the 2 units of Scouts. So he's kind of got all bases covered. I think this is a pretty strong list. This is pretty meta on what Blood Angels might take. I guess the Judiciar, I would have to check. I mean, the Judiciar must be with a unit of Assault Intercessors. We just don't see that very often. But, I mean, it's fine, I guess, to have some Fight First Assault Intercessors. I feel like this one is maybe A. I don't like it, personally, because there's no chaplains with the Death Company. I think the chaplains add a lot to the Death Company. And then, I'm not entirely sure if the Calidus Assassin is still the strongest thing. I'm going to leave Belgium in A. I think it's sort of quite a meta list. Lots of 2s, and 2s do pretty well. Good amount of jumping infantry. Couple of Battle Predators. There's no infiltrators, actually. So what's he holding this home field with? Maybe I don't like this as much as I thought I originally do. We're going to say Belgium, you're a B. Okay, bear in mind that my opinion means nothing. All these players are at the top of their game, I'm sure, if they're being invited to play for their country. When we get to Scotland, I friggin' hope the guy who's got the Scotland list, I actually know him, I've met him at an event before. I really hope we're going into the S tier. Right, let's look at China next. So China, we've got a captain, we've got a chaplain with a jump pack, we've got Lamartas, and we've got the Sanguinary. So we've got a bit more power here out of the characters. We do have the 1 unit of Assault Intercessors. They're most likely with the captain, and I imagine they are inside our 1 Impulsor. Okay, Jump Infantry. We've got 15 Jump Intercessors in 3 squads. We've got the double Battle Predator again. We've got 2 blocks of Death Company, 1 led by Lamartas, 1 led by a chaplain. I like leading both Death Company with chaplains. We got 1 unit of scouts. We got 2 more 5-man Vanguard veterans, and we've got the Calidus Assassin. I think this China list is a A tier, and I think the reason I think it's slightly stronger is more Death Company is more 2 damage weapons, led by characters buffing the Death Company. That gives you a ton of value. You still have 25 jump infantry all over the place that can score points. You do not have anything to hold your home field objective again. Maybe that's a trend where we don't care so much about it, but you've got the Sanguinary to come in for his fight for shenanigans. You could hold that home field objective with a scout or potentially the Calidus Assassin, I guess. So I think China's list is slightly stronger than Belgium, and I guess as we go through, we'll have to rate lists based on the, you know, like what we've been through. So we get next to Czechia. I think this is Czech Republic. I think they changed their name a few years back. I'm not entirely sure I'm saying any. If I say anyone's country's wrong, I'm sorry. English is not my strong suit. So we've got Captain Lamartas, we've got the Combi Weapon Lieutenant, and we've got the Sanguinary Priest. We have a Rhino, so I'm expecting to see some Foot Death Company. We have the double Assault Intercessors with jump packs and 5, the double Ball Predators, the double 5 Death Company on foot. So that'll be 2 5-man foot Death Company inside the Rhino. We've got then 15, say 20 jump Death Company. So tons of Death Company. That gives tons of Power Fists and Infernal Pistols. 30 in fact. It's quite a lot. 2 units of Scouts. 10-man Vanguard Veterans, which will have the Sanguinary Priest. So we've got both Death Company led. We've got a Lieutenant who could hold the backfield or do some scoring. We've got the Rhino. We've got more Death Company. I think this is an A-tier list again. I'm not quite seeing anything that makes any of these lists S-tier yet, but I think it's pretty good. I guess the rule of 2 comes in here quite a lot, right? Like, we talk about having 2 of the same unit is sometimes very beneficial, but also I think it's worth saying that, like, Death Company Marines are point for point like the best unit Blood Angels have right now. Obviously that's going to all change because just this week we've had the new reveals of the Death Company box. If you haven't seen them, I'll link that up above so you can go back and watch all the new reveals. I imagine you've seen the new reveals unless you've been living under a rock, but I think Czechia can join China in A. Okay, which country is going to get the first S-tier Blood Angels list? All right, let's look at Denmark next. We've got Captain, Lamartes, the 2 Sanguinary Priests again. We have the 1 unit of Assault Intercessors and the Impulsor. That Impulsor and the Assault Intercessors are so good. I think the Company Heroes are actually a really good choice here as well, but a lot of people like the Assault Intercessors for maximum damage output. We have 20 Assault Intercessors with jump packs. We have the double Ball Predator again. Lots and lots of people taking the double Ball Predator. We've got the 15 Death Company Marines. We've got a squad of Infiltrators. Cool. So this guy has got his backfield sorted. We got the 2 units of Scouts. We got the Vanguard Veteran Squad, which is led by the Sanguinary Priest. What's the second Sanguinary Priest attached to? Must be the 10-man unit of Assault Intercessors with jump packs. Okay, so we've got 20 guys attached, and then we've got 15 Death Company. We've got the Infiltrator. So this might be my favourite list so far, Denmark. I'm not entirely sure it's an S, but I'm going to put it at the top of A. I think this is the best list. I'm not going to try and pronounce everyone's names because I'm going to butcher them. But I do know Manny from his YouTube channel, Glasshammer, isn't it? So this is Team England. So that's where we're going next. And Manny is running a Chaplain, Dante, and the Sanguinary Priest. First list that's got Dante in it, so that's nice. We've got Assault Intercessors ×2. We've got Death Company, 20 guys, a 10 and 2 5s. One of them can be led by a Chaplain, probably the 10. We have 10 Sanguinary Guard. I imagine... See, when I looked at this originally, I was thinking the 10 Sanguinary Guard would be led by Dante, and the Sanguinary Priest would go with the 10 Vanguard Veterans. You could also run Dante with the Vanguard Veterans as well, but I really think Sanguinary Guard are not good unless they're led by a character, because you don't get... And I think Dante would need to be the Warlord in this list, so that basically these Sanguinary Guard get -1 to wound, I believe. And I think that's the combo here that makes Dante and the Sanguinary Guard somewhat strong. You probably want to Rapid English them every turn. I'm not entirely sure I like 2 5-man squads of Sanguinary Guard on their own. I think they're very expensive, and I don't think they have that much survivability, even less when they're not attached to the Warlord. You do also have like some Voidsmen. You do also have a Calidus Assassin. I must admit, you know, he's gone 100% on melee, and I'm not the hugest advocate of 100% melee. I think having some fire support is pretty useful, and I definitely think that, like, yes, Death Company are the way to run, but you have 20 of them. Sanguinary Guard don't really kill vehicles or monsters. They're more like an anti-elite choice. So there could be a huge argument here where, like, this 310 points of Sanguinary Guard might just have been better spent in more Death Company. Like, I can't see... There's very few situations when Sanguinary Guard are better than Death Company right now. I guess maybe OC, and maybe the fact you don't need to have a character to lead them. So I'm going to put Manny into A. I'm going to put him at the bottom of A. It's either going to be bottom of A or top of B. He's a very, very strong player. So I think because he's such a strong player, I'm going to say his list is a B, just because I don't like... Having played the Sanguinary Guard a lot at events, I don't like them. Yeah, it's weird to say I play them, but I don't like them. I really think they're very unsurvivable. So I think the only way you can play them is Rapid Ingress. And I think when you've got 3 squads, you can't you can't rapid ingress 3 squads of them, right? You only have 2 turns for rapid ingress, and you might want to be rapid ingress some of these Death Company as well. So I'm going to say it's a B, but he can probably carry his way up to an A and make this list very strong, but personally, I do not like it. Okay, we're going to move on to Finland next. I think all the flags around the wrong way, but that's fine. He's got Lamartas, triple Sanguinary Priest in the Sanguinar. With triple Sanguinary Priest with jump pack, I am expecting triple Vanguard Veterans here. So we have 2 small squads of Assault Intercessors with jump packs. A lot of people who are using these Assault Intercessors with jump packs are also using them as scoring units, and that's definitely something you can do. We have 15 Death Company Marines, we have double Scout squads, and then we have the 3 bricks, so 30 Vanguard Veterans all attached with the Priest. The Calidus Assassin, I haven't tried 30 Vanguard Veterans all attached with the Priest, but they are pretty durable, all with Storm Shields, all with those heirloom weapons, and all with a 5-up Feel No Pain from the Sanguinary Priest. So I think I'm going to put Finland into A. I think it's worth trying, but like not many people... As a Blood Angels player of a long time, I have like 30 Sanguinary Guard and like 30 Death Company, but I don't think I've ever owned 30 Vanguard Veterans. Even when they had Lightning Claws and they were really strong, I never owned 30 of them. So it's not something I've ever tried, but I have heard Art of War were saying that this is an insane combo, right? Like, for the points you spend on it, you just have basically 10 Vanguard Veterans with a Priest is the same points as 10 Sanguinary Guard. Their survivability is somewhat better than Sanguinary Guard because every model has a 5-up in Vun, Feel No Pain, and a 4-up in Vun. So, yes, they do less damage, and they're only Strength 6 minus 2 because of the Priest with 1 damage, but it's the survivability into so many different targets that makes them so useful. So, I think we're going to put Finland into tier A as well. And you would expect a lot of these lists to be high tier, right? Because these guys are at the top of their game playing in the World Team Championship. Okay, we're going to go on to Greece next. We have Captain, Dante, Lamartas, and the Sanguinar, and this is probably one of the strongest combos of characters you can see. We have 1 squad of Intercessors, interesting, so this will be to do some sticky objectives. We have the 3 squads of Jump Intercessors. We have a Death Company Dreadnought, which we haven't seen yet. We have a Death Company Marines. We have 10 Sanguinary Guard times 2. A little bit worried about that times 2. I guess maybe the Captain with Jump Pack is attached to the second one. So they will be a bit weaker because they're not led by the Warlord. You've got the Scouts. You've got the small squad of Vanguard Veterans. I want to say props to this guy for trying 2 squads of Sanguinary Guard. I think this is going to be a hard play to... I think this is going to be hard for him to do that well. My experience tells me the 1 squad of Sanguinary Guard I have attached to Dante, they're so expensive and they die so easily. So I am going to say, Greece, you are going to have to be in tier B. I don't know if I feel like 20 Sanguinary Guard are worth the investment that you would pay for them right now. I'm sorry, Greece, you're going into tier B. Alright, next up, John, another Blood Angels player called John. This is Iceland. And we are looking at his list called 2 Repulsors, 1 Chalice. You better have 2 Repulsors in here, I'm going to be disgusted. So we've double Chaplain. That's the first list that includes Seth. Double Sanguinary Priest. So you've got 3 squads of Assault Intercessors on foot. You've got 2 10-man and a 5-man in the jump packs. You got Death Company Dreadnought. You got 5 Death Company Marines with jump packs. You've got the Infiltrators. You do have 2 Repulsor Executioners. So this is a guy after my own heart. I do say that I like to back up Blood Angels with some fire support. So normally I would feel like I need to put this guy up into A just because he's done what I've told him to, or I've not told him to, but he's done what I like, which is have the fire support. And the Heavy Laser Destroyer is really good. On paper, these guys that is the best weapon for Space Marines anti-tank. So he has long-range anti-tank. It's the best weapon we can have. I believe it's D6 plus 4, and he's going to get 4 shots. So that's great for your Oath of the Moment. He's got 1 squad of Scouts. And he's got Seth, who I don't think has a transport. I think I would have really liked Seth in a transport here. I suppose you could rapid ingress him. Oh, do you know what? I think Seth can probably go inside the Executioner. So the Executioner could have a squad of Assault Intercessors in it, and then you could have a Captain with Assault Intercessors in the other one. Yeah, I think this one is different. I don't know if I go as far as to say it is a... I think it's a B as well, and I think I'm going to put it just behind Manny there in B. I don't think two Executioners are that good, but we don't really see it all that often. I mean, I guess it does give you potential like 40 damage output at 72-inch range with strength 16 and -4, so it can blow some stuff up for sure, but it can also become unstuck against, and I guess you could be using that as your Oath of Moment target as well. Maybe just one unit of scouts, but I suppose you've got a bunch of assault intercessors. Yeah, I think it's a B. It's not quite my favorite, and I'm not entirely sure. You know, only 5 Death Company Marines, and I feel like Blood Angel's strongest unit at the moment is 100% Death Company Marine. Blood Angel's strongest unit at the moment, I feel like, is Death Company. It has been Death Company for a while. I might actually move that down to... just because the sheer lack of Death Company. When you only have one unit of Death Company, and I've been to a tournament before where I only played one unit of Death Company, sometimes you can feel like they need to do so much and you can end up losing them, and it can just feel bad. So, I'm sorry, Iceland, you're going to have to move down. Next up, we're going to skip over that list because I don't know all the politics that's going on, but I don't want to review any country that's controversial. So I'm just going to skip over that, and we're going to go straight to Italy. So Italy is up next. He is Chaplain with a jump pack. He is Lamartes and double Sanguinary Priest. We have Assault Intercessors and jump packs times 3. We have back on the double Ball Predator. We're back on double 10-man Death Company. We're back on double Scouts, double Vanguard Veterans. So this is pretty much your double list on everything except those Assault Intercessors and jump packs where you've got 3 of them. So if double units do really well, and the Vanguard Veterans with the Sanguinary Priest do really well, and the Death Company do really well, and one of them is led by Lamartes and one's led by a Chaplain, then this is hitting home with a lot of strengths. This might be my favourite list so far. If it had Infiltrators, I feel like it would be my favourite list so far, so I'm going to put it second to the top, right behind Denmark. Okay, if you're getting some value out of today's video, please hit the like button. But if you are struggling to know how to build your current Blood Angels list, then look at all the overlaps between all these lists, and you know, if you pick some of these stuffs that overlap, and then I guess with the new box coming out that includes Lamartes, hopefully Astaroth's going to get some updated rules, so he's going to get much play. But the Death Company Marines and the Death Company Dreadnoughts from that new box are certainly going to potentially be pretty useful. Okay, we're now on to Latvia, and they have the Captain Lamartes, the Sanguinary Priest, and the Sanguinar. We have Assault Intercessors with jump packs. We have triple Assault Intercessors with jump packs, Death Company Dread, 20 Death Company Marines, and a 10, and a 5, and a 5. So only one Chaplain here, so Lamartes is going to have to do some serious work. You've got the Infiltrators, you get the double Scouts, you got those Vanguard Veterans, which will be attached to the Sanguinary Priest. You got the Sanguinar for his deep strike, and you got the Calidus Assassin. I like this list, Latvia. I think probably for me it's right up there at the top. I think right behind Denmark. That's funny that their flags match up, but I mean, totally random. Okay, Luxembourg. Hold on, I gotta Google Luxembourg's flag, because what does their flag look like? Luxembourg flag. Do I have it on the tier list? Ah, okay. Sorry, Luxembourg. Geography was not my strong point. Apparently his army has a theme tune. Okay. Type that one into YouTube if you want. I don't want to get this video demonetized, so I'll leave that one to you. Okay. We've got a Captain, a Chaplain, Lamartes, the Sanguinary Priest with a jump pack. We have Assault Intercessors on foot times 2. We have Assault Intercessors with jump packs times 3. I think if you're doing Assault Intercessors on foot, I really think you want to have Impulsors. But then the Impulsors are good because they're bullet magnets, and they can do actions, and they have good movement, and they can do move blocking. Impulsors are really good for the points, and they have an invulnerable save. Not many things in Blood Angels have an invulnerable save at the moment. You got the double Ball Predator, you've got the 20 Jet jump pack Marines across a 10 and 2 5s. You've got a squad of Outriders. First guy that's used the Outriders. They are a great scoring unit. You've got the 2 squads of Scouts. You've got the Vanguard Veteran squad with jump packs. Let me close Steam or everybody will know who's playing Warhammer games. Okay, this is an interesting one because you've got a captain on foot. You've got a captain with a jump pack. I guess he is probably with the Vanguard Veterans with the Sanguinary Priest. You've got Lamartas with the Death Company, but you do have 2 smaller Death Companies, one of which is led with a Chaplain. So you have a good mix here. You don't have Impulsors, you don't have Infiltrators. You do have some Outriders. So I like this list. I'm not sure I feel like it's good enough to be pushed up into an A, but I'm going to say it's the best B list that we've seen so far. Okay, let's move on to Netherlands. Okay, a Chaplain on foot, Lamartas, and a Sanguinary Priest. We have a Rhino, so I'm imagining 10 Death Company on foot inside the Rhino. Yeah, 2 5-man Death Company, one of which will be led by the Chaplain. You got the Assault Intercessors with jump packs times 3. You've got a single Ball Predator. You've got the 20 jump pack Death Company. You've got a single Predator Destructor. Someone else. Predator Destructors are really good right now. I think it's a really strong unit. You got double Scouts. You got the Vanguard Veterans times 10. So the Vanguard Veterans will have the Sanguinary Priest. The 10 Death Company will have Lamartas. You've got the other Chaplain on foot. So lots of Death Company. 1 Ball Predator, 1 Predator Destructor. Interesting to see the split there. Not many people take one of each. But, okay. I think I'm going to say, because you have so many Death Company, 25, and because you have the Transport Rhino, we're going to put you in I think it's possibly a low A. But no, Outriders was the last list. Sorry, they're all merging together now. We've done 15. Yeah, low A. I can't remember exactly all these other ones, but I think it can go into A. Okay, let's look at New Zealand next. I was going to say, which is the New Zealand? Hold on a minute. Have I got my flags confused? Yes, these two are around the wrong way. New Zealand, you have to come out here. Netherlands, you're going into A. New Zealand is up next. Okay, Captain, Chaplain, Mephiston. Okay, I just slagged him off in the video that I made saying he can't get any play in competitive play. Lamartas and the Sanguinary Priest. Okay, Assault Intercessors with jump. Assault Intercessors on foot times 2, Impulsor times 2, Rhino times 1. So, Assault Intercessors with jump packs, you've got 20 of them. You've got 6 Blade Guard, you've got 10 Death Company on foot, 10 Death Company with jump packs, and a unit of Scouts. This list's a bit all over the place. So one Captain would lead Assault Intercessors and an Impulsor. The Chaplain, along with the 10 Death Company on foot, will be inside the Rhino. Mephiston, I'm not sure who he's leading. Lamartas is obviously leading the 10 Jump Death Company. The Sanguinary Priest is with the 10-man Assault Intercessors with jump packs. I think it has to be a B. I don't think Mephiston is a competitive choice. He's very random. I mean, you do still have 20 Death Company. You do have Blade Guard. You do have 3 transports. You do have 20 jump intercessors. Yeah, you've got nothing for the backfield, though. I'm going to say somewhere maybe just below Manny, right? Like, just there, towards the top of B, but no infiltrators. Mephiston does seem like he would be better. Like, you can get better units than Mephiston for 100 points. Okay. Northern Ireland. Right. Geez, this is a lot of lists. It took me a long time to get the flags together. I imagine it should be a lot of lists. Alright, Captain, Chaplain with the jump pack, Lamartas, Sanguinary Priest, the Sanguinar. Come on, someone's got to get into the A tier. We've got Assault Intercessors times 2, and we've got regular squad of Intercessors. We have an Impulsor. We have 3 units of Assault Intercessors with jump packs, 2 10-man Death Company, the 10-man Vanguard Vets, the Calidus Assassin, the Scouts. Interesting. Lamartas and a jump chaplain. the priest, the sanguinor, the captain. Sticky objectives. I think I'm going to say that Northern Ireland is an A. Not entirely sure, so we're just going to drop them in A. Alright, Portugal. We only have Lamartes and Lieutenant with a combi weapon. We have Intercessors. We have double Ball Predator. We have the 10 Death Company. We have double Reaper. We have double Predator Destructor. Triple Predator Destructor. Scouts. Double Vindicator. This, please tell me this is a Gladius Task Force. Okay, shoot. I was going to say, if this is Sons of Sanguinius, this is insane. Okay, so this is Gladius Task Force. So this is essentially turn 1, advance and shoot everything you have. You have 2 Vindicator tanks, very good in advance and shoot. You have 2 Destructors, triple Destructor actually. I think triple Destructor is really good actually. I'm not entirely sure about Reapers. I think they work better in Ironstorm. I guess the Ball Predators are advancing and shooting. The Intercessors are sticking objective. The Lieutenant is doing some scoring stuff. You've got 1 unit of Scouts for 2 units of Scouts for scoring. I think Portugal, I'm going to say you are a B. I don't think it's bad, but I do think Sons of Sanguinius is a better detachment for Blood Angels if you use it right. Gladius is fine, and I went to GT with Gladius, and I think it's well-rounded, Gladius. But I think if you boil it all down, I think you do get more value from Sons of Sanguinius. So we're going to dump Portugal into B. Let's look at, I think it's going to be Scotland next. No, Romania. Scotland's just coming up. All right, Romania have Dante, Lamartes, the Priest, the Sanguinor, and a Chaplain with a jump pack. We have Assault Intercessors with the jump packs times 3 5s. We have 2 Death Company blocks. So that'll be the 2 Chaplains, Lamartes, and the Chaplain. We've got the 10 Sanguinary Guard. That will be Dante. We have the 10 Vanguard Veterans. I really don't like this list. Sorry, Romania. I don't like it. You're going to go in... I don't want to put him in C because he's been invited to the World Team Championship, so I'm sure he's a really good player, but I'm going to say it's B, and the reason it's B is because you get too many blocks of 10 here, right? Like 10, 10, 10, 10. Yes, you have 40 Marines, but it's only 4 squads. They're attached, so all of them have an attached character. So basically what you have for scoring, I guess, is your 3 5-man units of Assault Intercessors and your Calidus Assassin and the Sanguinor, which I guess are not too bad as scoring models come, but like, the thing about running big blocks of 10, and I only ran 1 in the tournament that I won, you can never do actions on blocks of 10 guys, right? Whereas like, if these were all split up, right? You know, yes, you would lose some value because the characters get more value attaching to the 10 than they do get the 5s. But I would argue if this was me, I might like lose one of these characters to run 3 5-man squads of Vanguard Veterans. Or I might lose one of these characters to run 2 5-man Death Company, or 1 5-man Death Company and 1 that are not. Because Death Company can't, you know, there's nothing to say they... you know, there's nothing to say they can't do an action if they're within 12 inches of a Chaplain. And there is something to be said about, like, big bricks. Like, it's hard to play big bricks if that's all you've got. And what we've got here is 4 big bricks of 10. So I think that's hard to play. And it means if you're playing against anything that's got blast, they're just getting extra attacks all the time against you. So I think Romania, you've made this a little bit hard for yourself. So we only got 2 lists left. I haven't put anyone into the S tier. I haven't seen a list that I think is S tier, which is surprising actually. I was convinced we'd see some that was S tier. So we've come to Scotland, and Chris, I know you, and we met at Common Ground Games. So please, Chris, please let me be this S. Please tell me you've watched my videos, and this is going to be the S. Okay. You've got the Captain, you've got the Chaplain with jump pack, you've got Lamartes, you've got the Sanguinary Priest and the Sanguinor. So we start with a really strong squad of characters. We have double Assault Intercessors and a squad of regular Intercessors. We have an Impulsor. We have 3 units of Assault Intercessors with jump packs. We've got 2 10-man Death Company bricks, so they will be led by Lamartes and the other Chaplain. We have 2 units of Scouts. We have a 10-man brick of Vanguard Veterans attached with the priest, and then I guess the captain, the assault intercessors, the impulsor. I think you need to go in A. You can go near the top of A, but I think here's the mad. Out of like 20 something lists here, I think there's 23 lists or something. We only saw like 2 that have infiltrators. What am I missing? Because infiltrators, when I play them, are so useful for zoning out my side of the board. And I get lots of Blood Angels players want to throw stuff forward. Like, that is a thing. Blood Angels want to be moving forward quickly, get in your face. But that does seem like it leaves some vulnerabilities at the back. Especially when I was playing like Grey Knights. When I was playing Grey Knights, if I didn't have infiltrators, they're literally just deep striking within 3 inches on my home field objective, basically, and just wiping me out. So a lot of people, I guess, are just either not respecting that or not worrying about that. Maybe there's not that many people playing Grey Knights at the moment because they're not that strong. But yeah, I guess it's a solid A from me, Chris. But yeah, I guess my philosophy around playing the Blood Angels is different. We know that my philosophy is a bit weird, and I like to always back up my Blood Angels armies with fire support, and very few people actually did that. I think one guy had the Predator Structor. A bunch of people had Ball Predators, but I think that's very different to how I play, which is usually like, I like to throw some las cannons in there. Nice cheap las cannons that can do damage at 48 inches. Okay, let's look at, finally, Wales. We've got the Captain with the Jump Back, the Sanguinary Priest ×2, and the Sanguinor. We've got a Rhino, we've got Assault Intercessors with Jump Packs ×3, we've got the 10 Death Company on foot inside the Rhino, we have the 10 Sanguinary Guard that I imagine will be with the Relic Warlord Captain, we have a unit of Scouts, and then we have 2 big units of Vanguard Veterans, I guess, both attached to Sanguinary Priest. We got 5-man unit of Sanguinary, of Vanguard Veterans, and we've got the Khalid Assassin. So I think this is also probably an A. But yeah, I think what I was looking for to be a S, right? Like, I think Denmark was the best list that I liked, and I think what I was looking for to decide. Oh, this is Denmark, but hold on. I need Denmark Blood Angels. Where are you, Denmark Blood Angels? I think what I was looking for was probably like the squad of infiltrators, which Denmark had. A couple of impulsors. Denmark had 1. I think the most common one would be a couple, and then a couple of Ball Predators. So that gives you like tons of infantry clear, tons of protection for your units. I mean, you might not have needed a couple of impulsors. You could have done 1 impulsor and a Rhino, and then a bunch of Death Company Marines. He's got 15 here, and then the 10-man Vanguard Veterans. So this was the closest, and this was a good list. And honestly, there's so many lists in here that are good. Like, you could literally play any of these A lists and do really, really well. But in my experience, when I have not taken the infiltrators, something bad has usually happened in my backfield that has potentially cost me the game. And when I have not taken some sort of fire support, in terms of like, you know, double, like a bunch of people here taking double Predators and then having the impulsor, we need something that's a little bit more durable to potentially sit on some objectives and not just instantly get killed, because usually when you put toughness 4 Marines on an objective, they do just instantly get killed and then you don't score the objective. So I think having some of that is really important as well, and then having a really good number of jump Marines that can do a lot of damage is probably the final piece to the puzzle. So yeah, maybe Denmark is super close. Maybe Denmark is and then having units that can do actions, of course, as well. Denmark had 2 units of Scouts. He did have 2 units of Assault Intercessors with jump packs. So maybe I was overly harsh. Maybe Denmark has to be the S tier. It was my favorite. It was very good. Maybe I'd decided what I thought S was before, which was probably like the double Ball Predator, the double Impulsor, the Infiltrators, and then just crap loads of guys with Infernal Pistols and Power Fists. That's probably what I would say is the most strong for Blood Angels right now. And then maybe like 5 scoring units. It's not quite what I run myself, but I expected to see that from at least one list, I guess. So that's maybe where I had my idea of the A But I think if I had to break down the two teams again, that's something what I would look like. So this is what my 2 cents is worth. Probably my 2 cents is worth, not too much. But that's what it is for the WTC. Thanks for watching. I hope you maybe learned something. If you're struggling with Blood Angels lists at the moment, just have a look back through any of these lists. You probably play just about any of them depending on the models you have. But yeah, and if you want to get your list in front of me to be reviewed, then head over to I do a stream every Sunday night at 8 PM in the UK time where we look at lists submitted by the community, and I try and give in this video I wasn't really trying to make anyone's list better, but when you submit your list for that show, then that's 100% what I do. I try and look at your list and make it better to help you improve as a Blood Angels player. So thank you for getting to the end of the video. Please consider subscribing, or follow me over on Patreon, or click the join button under this video to support the channel. Bear in mind the Blood Angels Commander merchandise store is available now, as well as affiliate links. If you're going to be buying any Warhammer or you want to check out our merch, you can do so in the video description. Thank you for everybody that supports the channel week in, week out, and lots to look forward to. Hopefully there'll be a video coming about those new Sangre Guard that are apparently rumoured very, very soon. And yeah, leave me any comments you want to. Everything's going to change though when those new Death Company models come out. So lots to talk about. More tactics video to come. I will see you next week, my friends. By the blood are we made strong. Peace. Oh, and on Thursday next week, so Thursday the 8th, we're having a rematch of the final of the GT that I was at. So in fact what happened in the final was it was a 1-point game, super close against Bully Boy Orcs. We have the rematch coming this Thursday, so put that in your calendar. The stream will be scheduled sometime early in the week, so we'll see you guys on Thursday for the rematch. It should be a fun one. All right, bye bye, peace.